योगः कर्मसु कौशलम्.
Now let's see the interpersonal learner. The interpersonal learner is someone who learns by relating to others. ये जो संबंध है उनको देख के या वो ढूंढ के काम करते हैं. Often these people share stories, work based in teams, and compare their ideas to the ideas of others. In a sense, others help them think of new ideas of their own. They are often naturally good leaders as well as team players. You often see these people in various fields of psychology or social sciences. Now, let's see characteristics of interpersonal learners. Interpersonal learners love to interact and prefer learning through interpersonal communication and interactions. Interpersonal learners are true people person. They enjoy heading up committees, participating in group learning projects, and communicating with other students and adults. They enjoy school activities such as speech, drama, and debate teams क्योंकि उनको जूथ में ग्रुप में काम करना वो ज़्यादा अच्छा लगता है. The strength of people with a high degree of interpersonal intelligence are in communicating with and understanding other people. They may be good at leading and organizing other people and groups, understanding other people, and resolving conflicts. The person with a strong interpersonal learning style has an inherent need for group activities, clubs, and social gatherings. They may thrive in mentor apprentice relationships. How interpersonal learning style people learn best? People with interpersonal learning styles learn best when they are permitted to use their people senses as a part of the learning process. They often prefer direct involvement with others in group project in school or within the larger community. They are stimulated by dialogue with students and adults and seem to have a strong sense of intuition regarding others' opinion and preferences. Interpersonal learners are good at reading people and good at getting to the root cause of communication problems. उनके पास ये स्किल रहती है जो मतलब जो मूल कारण है, रूट जो है वो वहाँ तक जाते हैं. They can be good at giving and receiving feedback and may seek it out from instructors. They like to be a coach and may like to be a peer coach to others. One-on-one tutoring may also be of value since they may learn better through interaction. Mentoring and some programs may also be a good value for the interpersonal learners. They may want to join or form a study group outside of the classroom. They may not be comfortable or perform based when required to work alone or on self paced projects. आप अगर उनको इंडिविजुअल काम करवाओगे, अलग काम करवाओगे, एक से ही काम कराओगे अकेले रख के, तो वो इतना ज़्यादा परफॉर्म नहीं कर पाएंगे. Instructors may need to channel the interpersonal learning in a more positive direction if they note the learner is manipulating others, socializing when they should be studying, or arguing with others when there is a difference of opinion. Now, learning and techniques. If you are a social learner, you can say to your students that if you are a social learner, aim to work with others as much as possible. Try to study with a class. You can say that. If this is not available, then consider forming your own study group with others at a similar level. They don't have to be from the same school or class. If you like, introduce them to some of the techniques from this book. It may be easier for you to try some of the memetic techniques in a social setting and work with the feedback from others. Role playing is a technique that works well with others, whether it's one on one or with a group of people. For example, in aviation training, role play the aerodrome area. Have people walking around in circuits, making the right radio calls with the tower coordinating everyone. Another example might be to role play with one person being the instructor and the other being the student. आप क्लासरूम में ये भी करवा सकते हो. Work on some of your associations and visualizations with other people. Make sure they understand the principles of what you are doing through. Otherwise, you may get some interesting responses. Others often have different perspectives and creative styles, and so the group may come up with more varied and imaginative associations compared to the ones you might create yourself. Rather than reciting assertions to yourself, try sharing your key assertions with others. By doing so, you are almost signing a social contract that your assertion is what you do. This strengthens your assertions. Share your reviews, review checklist and perfect performance scripts with those in your group as well. By listening to how others solve their issues, you may get further ideas on how to solve your own issues. आप इनको कह सकते हैं कि आप खुद किस तरीके से अपने प्रश्न जो हैं वो हल कर सकते हैं. ट्राई शेयरिंग द वर्क और क्रिएटिंग अ परफेक्ट परफॉर्मेंस स्क्रिप्ट. each person writes the script for the areas they want to work on the most, and then the group brings all the scripts together. Mind maps and systems diagrams are great to work on in class. Have one person be the appointed drawer while the rest of the class work through material and suggest ideas. The group may have varied views on how to represent some ideas. However, this is a positive part of learning in groups. If you can't agree on something, just take a copy of what the group has worked on and add your own thoughts. Often there is no right answer for everyone, so agree to disagree. So these are the thing. ये जो लर्निंग स्टाइल है इनको हमने उनके कैरेक्टरिस्टिक के साथ में देखा. नाउ लेट्स मूव टू नेक्स्ट लर्निंग स्टाइल. Now let's see the intrapersonal learner. The intrapersonal learner, as opposed to interpersonal learner, is someone who work and learns best when they are alone. They set individual goals that are challenging but not impossible. They are also motivated by internal forces rather than external ones. They are often introverted individuals, but not always. These people often enter creative fields, become entrepreneurs, and sometimes small business owners, but they are usually in field of industries that allow them to work without direct supervision. A solitary learner, also known as an interpersonal learner, is someone who prefers learning on their own. This type of students are self-motivated, enjoy uh, working independently, and learn best when working alone. Student who solitary learns spend a lot of time in self reflection and enjoy working on themselves. These learners also favor a quiet environment, both in their personal and academic lives. Now let's see study tip for intrapersonal learners. It is important to note that being a solitary learner is a secondary learning style. The primary learning style are visual, verbal, kinesthetic, auditory, and logical. Make sure to check these other learning styles out to help determine what your students' primary learning style is. Solitary learners typically socialize with those who share their same primary learning style. The key to success for solitary intrapersonal learners is plenty of space and silence. These students love to work on their own and concentrate best when in a quiet. See, ये इंडिविजुअल डिफरेंसेस जो हैं वो आप देखते हो कि कई जगह पर ये है कि बच्चे झूठ में ग्रुप में रहना पसंद करते हैं और कई जगह पर ये है कि उसे पीसफुल एनवायरनमेंट में रहना है. इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट टू चेक इन विद दिस लर्नर्स ऑन अ रेगुलर बेसिस. However, since they may find it difficult to ask for help, If you find that your student is struggling, approach them gently and ask if there is anything they need assistance with. Here are some study tips for intrapersonal learners. Encourage your student to keep a journal or diary. It will act as a safe space for your child to express his or her thoughts or and emotions, both academically and personally. It is important to give these learners their space so you can develop their trust. Building this trust is important and allows your child to express any issues or struggles that they may be having. Align your students' learning goals with their personal interests and beliefs. This will motivate your child and increase the confidence. Try to plan out lessons around their personal interests. For example, uh, if your child is fascinated with aviation, you can ask them to create a timeline on the history of aviation or put together a list of important figures in the field, among other activities. Field trips out in nature also work well to engage solitary learners. These learners will enjoy the opportunity to explore on their own and will gather questions and observations about the world around them on their own. To expose your child to more social opportunities, smart small ask questions about what he or she may be reflecting on. You can also introduce projects with both individuals and group elements to practice these skills. Make sure to have a wide assortment of books, websites, and videos for your child to access. Since solitary learners are highly independent, it is easy for them to find subjects they are passionate about. So don't limit your child when it comes to topics. Make sure that solitary learners have a quiet place to go to when they are working or just want time alone. This may be in their bedroom, study room in the house, or perhaps at the library. Whichever place your student wishes to use, make sure that he or she can personalize it. Use a list and check item as they are uh, completed. Solitary learners enjoy taking advantages of when studying, as it helps them to stay motivated as they complete tasks. Deepen understanding of study materials by trying lessons to familiar topics, by establishing connections between personal experiences and lessons. You can motivate your learner to stay engaged. Teaching and intrapersonal learners. Here are some way you can help your child excel in school and in life if he or she is an intrapersonal learner. Keep a journal. On the top of recommendations for intrapersonal learners is to get them to keep a journal of self reflection. Have them write in the journal what they learn throughout the day, how they are feeling about their performance in school, and any other important highlights that happen in life. This gives your child the opportunity to reflect daily on what they have learned and put it their own words. Getting in the habit of keeping a journal could help your child better understand what they are learning in school, as well as teach them how to express themselves in writing. Let them work alone. Interpersonal learners prefer to work alone. You understand that as parents, uh, you want to give your child, or as a teacher you want to give your child as much help in school as possible. But if your child is an intrapersonal learner, they may prefer to be left alone when working on homework or projects. Give your child the opportunity to work alone if that's what they prefer. Get to know when they really need your help with something, or when they would be better off completing a task independently. Encourage independent research, since intrapersonal learners learn best by themselves. It's based to natural that skill at a young age. You can do this by encouraging your student to engage in small independent research tasks. Give them a general idea of a topic and have them report back to you with as much information as they can gather on it. If your child needs some extra encouragement, you could even include some type of reward for completing the task. Through this task, your child will learn how to teach themselves about a subject, which will create excellent research and study skill for years to come. As an added benefit, your child get to learn about variety of subject they may have uh, otherwise not been exposed to. तो आपको यहाँ पर ये देखना है, आपके स्टूडेंट या आपके बच्चे को हेल्प की ज़रूरत कब है, क्योंकि वो अकेले सीखना चाहता है, अकेले देखना चाहता है, और वो उसकी लर्निंग स्टाइल है। तो आप देखें कि कब आपको उसे अकेला छोड़ना है और कब आपको उसे हेल्प करनी है और आपको क्या हेल्प करनी है. सो this one, the intrapersonal learning style. Now let's move to the next point. Now let's see importance of knowing learning styles. According to Lohri Percy 2003, learning style indicate an individual's preferential focus on different types of information, the different ways of perceiving information, and the rate of understanding information. Having an understanding of the learning style preferences of students can provide effective learning strategies for teachers to use, said by Lohri Posse 2003. Students who share a learning style that is uh, attuned by the teacher remember information longer and are more optimistic about learning. Often students will not do that well in schools. This is due to the fact that the lack of ability to cope with various situations, said by FAT 2000. Students not coping with various situations is one of the greatest challenge in education. By using individuals' specific learning style in the classroom, teachers are promoting problem solving skill. By promoting problem solving skills in classroom, teachers are preparing students for real life situation. By making students aware of their specific learning style, teacher can encourage them to realize the importance of appropriate learning style for different disciplines or subjects, and that such a style may hopefully be changed to suit changing learning situation, said by FAT 2000. FAT also says that students will not benefit from teaching methods being mismatched to the students' styles of learning. By teachers providing a learning environment that suits the unique learning style of students, they can learn better and be more comfortable in their own learning styles instead of having to adapt themselves to the different teaching styles of teachers. Uh, Due to the fact that teachers present their personalities through their teaching and their learning environment, teachers can become more flexible in knowing their situation, learning style. According to Monochehri and Young 2006, researchers believe that learning style is a good predictor of an individual's preferred learning behavior. Having a teacher who understands the learning style or behavior of a student can minimize problems that may come up with learning. By matching a student's learning style, so a specific learning style can increase student achievement and satisfaction, said by uh, Monochehri and Young. According to Nemi, Siraj, Abu Zaid, and Shagoholi 2010, studied have shown that the congruence between teaching and learning style has a positive impact on achievement and satisfaction. According to Nemi and all, learning styles specialists have confirmed the theory that students will learn more and enjoy the class experience and environment when they can use their preferred learning style. According to Kaz and Kling 1999, developing instructional methods and materials that are appropriate for a wide range of cognitive learning style should be a priority of all educators. Due to the fact that students respond better to instructional method that match your learning style, uh, integrating different learning style in the classroom environment can enhance the benefit for everyone. Matching the teacher's learning methods to the student learning preferences will allow the student to acquire a better understanding of the subject matter in questions, said by Sejeki, Hazen, and Rayner. So, this was the importance of knowing learning style. Now, let's conclude here. So, friend, this was all about learning style. We have seen concept of learning style, different types of learning style, and importance of knowing learning style for a teacher. Now it's time to
Thank you, Professor Dr. Jagdeep Sonmane, for delivering this wonderful session. मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि आप सबको इस सेशन में कुछ न कुछ सीखने को मिला होगा. This is really a very fruitful session by Professor Dr. Jagdeep Sonmane ji. So I would like to thank you, Professor Dr. Jagdeep Sonmane, and all the participants for joining with this HRDC. And मुझे पूरा यकीन है कि आपका ये जो पूरा हम सबका टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेस है ये बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है. आई एम श्योर दैट we all are enjoying this process. Friends, cause of COVID-19, please stay at home, stay safe, have a wonderful day with your family and friends. अगले सेशन में हम एक नए रिसोर्स पर्सन के साथ मिलेंगे. तब तक के लिए आप सभी का तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करती हूँ. थैंक यू वन एंड ऑल. नमस्कार.